Nai mwari baba, uya uzosunungura mweya wangu baba. Uya uzosunungura mweya wangu. Nai mwari baba, uya uzosunungura mweya wangu. Baba, uya uzosunungura mweya wangu. Nai mwari baba, uya uzosunungura mweya wangu. Baba, uya uzosunungura mweya wangu. Nai mwari baba, uya uzosunungura mweya wangu. Sunungura mweya wangu, mweya unochema. Sunungura mweya wangu, mweya wakazama. Sunungura mweya wangu, mweya unochema. Sunungura mweya wangu, mweya wakazama. Sunungura mweya wangu, ila kune mweya yekaiba. Sunungura mweya wangu, oye mandira mama. Sunungura mweya wangu, oye ndiyo mweya yakaiba. Sunungura mweya wangu, oye mandira mama. Sunungura mweya wangu, Yehova wewe ya sunungura mweya wangu, mweya wangu baba. Sunungura mweya wangu, Yehova wewe ya sunungura mweya wangu, mweya wangu baba. Sunungura mweya wangu, Yehova wewe ya sunungura mweya wangu, mweya wangu baba. Sunungura mweya wangu.
And yeah, I forgot to tell you guys in the last video where I talked about OJ Simpson that I now have a website. Yes, bitch designed her own website. I just wasn't happy with what I was getting, and I designed my own website, and the designer I worked with was really cool, very cool and very cheap. So anyway, I now have a website. You can now make all your appointments there, and you can contact me, or you can use my email. But I think it's, oh, let me stop playing with my hair. I think it's a whole lot easier now. I hope, right? As I get bigger and bigger and bigger, okay, I will make the website bigger and bigger and more interesting. Okay, so now we're going to get into the reading. Into the reading that came out number 2. Okay, so I had questions. Let me just get to. I gave the citizens choices, which is something I said I am going to continually do. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask you all for recommendations, and then then my ancestors and I will go through the recommendations to see if these people are interesting. If we find something interesting, we will then give you 3 choices. This is on Instagram, people, for those who follow me on Instagram, and then you get to pick. I'm gonna do this for several weeks because I'm bored and I'm not as creative and as imaginative as you guys, and I just can't come up with new readings, and I really need new readings. From time to time, I will do readings that I have picked, right? That my grandmother has just randomly picked, because we also want to learn about other cultures. So I'm going to be doing a lot of Latin artists, not today, but a lot of Latin artists. And artists from other cultures, not South Korea. Don't ask me about K-pop, because I know that culture well enough to know that if I put something out there into the atmosphere, it might actually hurt those guys and they may actually commit suicide. So no, I'm going to help protect life as much as I can. They have a tough time over there as it is. Okay, so anyway, besides that, I'm going to be looking at other cultures because I learn new things, and we see new things. Like my friend Kichi said to me, working with you, Isobel, I am seeing a whole new metaphysical world through the Bantu. You guys can do shit. You can steal someone's baby before it's actually born. Yes, my brothers have been stealing all my sisters, all my extended female relatives' babies, because, you know, like I told somebody on Instagram that men do more juju to women than the other way around. They do. They really do. And my brother Milton is about that business, okay? So him and my uncles and my other brothers, they are busy making us all infertile and stealing our babies before they are even born for wealth. Wealth they don't even have, by the way. They don't have it. But anyway, My brother used to be a multi-millionaire. He made a few bad business deals. It all went south. And instead of concentrating on revitalizing his business, he just went all dark practitioner on everybody. But he is the major character in my book 2 of A Light in the Cave. So you're going to meet him, and you're going to meet him because he's major. He's the big guy in book 2. As you will see, more men do evil than women, but still a higher percentage go to the heavens of the world than women. It's really funny. Anyway, number 1 was O.J. Simpson. Like I said, here were the questions. Did O.J. Simpson kill Nicole Brown according to the courts of the Bantu? The courts of the Bantu said he didn't. Okay. Number 2, what's up with Tracy Ellis Ross? Okay. And number 3, did Lupita Nyong'o sleep with Harvey Weinstein for her fame? And number 3 got the most votes after O.J. Simpson. I counted. Yes, your vote counts. 44 votes for number 3, 34 votes for number 2. So this reading is on, did Lupita Nyong'o sleep with Harvey Weinstein for her success? So now we're going to call Lupita into the plate, and then we're going to call Harvey Weinstein himself into the plate. Harvey is ill right now, so I hope to remember to use my blue cloth on him because he's really ill. Then we're going to do a reading on them too. But first, of course, we're going to break down Lupita Nyong'o. Now, I'm always honest when I begin a reading. And I will say, I don't like Lupita. Okay. Okay. I don't like her. I would never have done her if she wasn't requested. Because I personally see something in her that I can't quite put my finger on that I don't like. Okay, so maybe I'll find out that maybe I was just not liking it because I'm a jealous ass bitch. Because, we all have jealousy. I'm a jealous, envious, bitch. And I'm just hating on her for that. Or I can shake her and we can find something in her that's the reason why I don't like her. Highly likely I'm just a jealous, envious bitch. Right? Okay, so let us shake Lupita Nyong'o, the daughter of the Nilots. Okay? So she and Barack's father come from the same type of black people, Nilots. Okay? Alrighty. And I was just reading a science paper the other day that says they have discovered that Nilots have a DNA that other Africans don't have. Of course, you should have asked the Bantu. We knew that all along. Anyway, they have a different ancestor. They have their own ancestor that is not shared by the Bantu or the Creoles. Of course, I could have told you that. Okay, just as a while back they discovered Homo naledi. She in the southern part of Africa, and they think she is our mommy, right? Homo naledi is a different kind of human being, who was found in southern Africa. And we've always said it. We've always said, yes, we are black, but we are not the same. They are DNA differences and we don't hail from the same pot. But anyway, science has begun to discover that, and it's so exciting. I find it so exciting. Too bad I won't be alive in 100 years, because in 100 years they're going to have all the answers. And having said that, they're also going to have the answers for metaphysical science. And I will put my disclaimer right here and now, because like I said, I don't like Lupita. Any shit can come out. Any shit can come out. Okay. Lupita. So, for Lupita, metaphysical science has no proof in physical science. But they're working on it. And 100 years from now, those of us in metaphysical metaphysical science shall be hailed as heroes. For taking the lies away so that the truth can shine. But for now, this metaphysical science is being used for entertainment purposes only. And you are not to take a single word that comes out of my mouth as fact. I'm just entertaining you all. That's exactly what I'm doing. I am just entertaining you all because we need to be entertained. Alrighty? Okay. This is just entertainment. It's just like a movie. Okay? Alright. Let the movie begin. Lupita. 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 Lupita Saw actually walked in at the first shake, and at once I feel bad because this is a very sad woman. The woman sitting in this plate is very sad and very lonely. She also has an ancestor. She has an ancestor who guides her, who tells her what to do and what not to do. She is very spiritual, but of course she's African. Every African is spiritual. There isn't a single one who isn't, no matter how much they pretend. Okay, she is very, very spiritual and she is guided. There's just one ancestor here, just one ancestor. She's guided by that ancestor. But the ancestor brings wealth, but the ancestor doesn't bring happiness. Okay. He brings her wealth. It's definitely a he. He brings her wealth, but he doesn't bring her happiness. He's very dark in this plate right now. Okay. He is very, very, very dark. Alrighty. So in my culture, that would be we would call that a dark ancestor. But I don't know about her culture and her people, the Nilots. I don't know. So I can't speak for her and hers. I can just say she has this ancestor who watches and guides over her and guards her even. He protects her. He protects her. But she is so sad. She is saying to me, I have nothing. She's lonely as hell. Relationships are hard for her to get. She wants a man. She desperately wants a man of her own. She desperately wants children. Basically, she wants what every girl born under the African sun wants. Even I wanted the same thing. You know, you want to get married. You want to have kids. You want, that to us is succeeding in your life. That to African women is succeeding in your life. Succeeding in life for an African woman is not earning millions of dollars. It's not looking beautiful. It's none of that. It is being a good wife and a mother. And we are all like that, including me. It is being, I tried that shit though, it didn't work. But anyway, she's craving for that. She's so damn lonely. She's so damn lonely. And she doesn't live for the accolades. She doesn't live for the adulation. She doesn't live for the fame. She doesn't live for... She says there's deeper meaning to life than that. Okay, this is not shocking to me, but it might be shocking to Africans, but not to me. Lupita considers herself Mexican. She considers herself Mexican 100%. When she goes to Mexico, it's home. When she speaks Spanish, it's the language. She's not attached to Africa. Me neither, so it's okay. She's not attached to Africa. She goes to Mexico for her vacations. I can see her by the ocean, deep water, resting, like she's in a private enclave. She likes a lot of her alone time. She likes being by herself. If she cannot have the husband and kids, then she'll be by herself. And she really likes being by herself. Very spoiled. Came from a wealthy Kenyan family. There were hard times here and there, but this is a wealthy Kenyan family where they really invested in their children. Everybody in Lupita's family is very successful, academically successful, and they're doing very well with their lives. Everybody, because they have moolah. There is moolah in the family. There's always been moolah in the family. Money. But she says to me while she's in this place, I'm Mexican, and it's a pity that people can't see my dark skin, can't see through my dark skin and call me what I am, Mexican. This is very interesting because I was watching a video a few weeks ago of a black girl born and raised in Japan, 100% black, born and raised in Japan, and her parents are African American, and she was like saying people want her to identify with African America, but she can't. She is really Japanese. And all her mannerisms and characteristics as she was talking were Japanese to me. So this is the same as Lupita. When you get to know Lupita, you will discover that her mannerisms, characteristics, her choice of food, and everything is actually Mexican. Isn't that fascinating? I don't know how long she was in Mexico. Whatever the age they say she left Mexico is not true. Okay, if they say she left Mexico as a 2-year-old or as a 3-year-old, it's not true. It's not true. It was written so because her father is a politician and it had to look good on paper. Lupita left Mexico when she was 18, 19. That's what she said. She was 18, 19. She says English was not her first language. Is not her first language. And she left. She struggled to adjust in Kenya. She really did. She said Kenya made me small. Oh girl, that's what I say about Zimbabwe. That's what I say. I say Zimbabwe made me small. I couldn't fit in that tiny little box that Zimbabwe had for me. So I get you. I'm understand. I get you, girlfriend. I get you. So she is not fond of Kenya at all. At all. And she says the more famous she has become, the less fond of it she is. She says, if I didn't have to go there, I would never go there. Lots of bitter memories about Kenya. And I'm asking her how she got those bitter memories. She said, we used to go there on holidays and things like that. And I was always treated badly. Okay, so she probably, she vacationed, whatever. But whatever. Her affinity is to the land of her birth, not the land of her forefathers. Understandable. So this is Lupita. And Lupita has a very successful career ahead of her. What we have seen so far is absolutely nothing compared to what she is going to achieve. This is Lupita right here. She is the queen talking. To the people of valueless opinions, the poor. In Africa, if you are just one of the people on the streets, they call you the povo, person of valueless opinion. She's just talking. She's really going to shine, you guys. There are more Academy Awards coming her way in the future. There is more money coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She is going to be one of the most successful black female actors ever. We ain't seen nothing yet. We have not seen anything yet. She will make movies that are one hit after the other, after the other, after the other. But can you see her loneliness right here? She's very removed from people. But she was in a relationship that went south. And it went south very, very quickly. This is Lupita. The man thought she was very, very beautiful. Really beautiful. And this is him. He's black. Light-skinned black guy. He was into music. He didn't sing, but it's like he was background, not like a background singer, but like a producer or something like that. You know, and he was really into her beauty at first. He considered her very, very beautiful. But this relationship, although they were very physically in tune, meaning the sex was good, although they were very physically in tune, they did not communicate well. They did not understand each other. They were at cross purposes. It was a great relationship though, but it went south. Okay, it went south. In the end, he became interested in someone else, and she became interested in someone else, and she is still with that someone. Lupita is not single. Lupita is in a relationship. Okay, so she left this guy for this guy. She's in a relationship, and this relationship could end up with a child. Seriously. Whoever she's in a relationship with, it could end up with a child before it goes south. Because it's gonna go south. It's like she's thinking about it. It's like she's thinking, let me just have my own baby. I'm too old right now. She is thinking about it. She's currently in a relationship, but it's gonna go south. And there's definitely a child between these two people. Before it goes south, there's definitely a child. I'll ask if she'll get married towards the end. There's definitely a child. There is some kind of lesbian vibe around Lupita. So I'm looking for it to see where it's coming from. Like, she's going through what I went through. Like, for the last 3 years or so, a lot of women were into me and they were hitting on me, and I'm not gay. So I just, in the end, just like cleansed myself. While I, because there was just an air, and Africans can, as Kichi is learning by working with me, Africans can push things on you. They can push things like that. They can just push energies on you to get a certain result from you. For a long time, though, yes, it appears that she's been propositioned a lot by gay women. A lot. And when she has refused, her career has gone south. So for a long time, the girl was working very, very hard without recognition. She was working very, very hard behind the scenes without recognition. And then all of a sudden, she broke through. She literally broke through. It was a hard fight to break through. But money had a lot to do with it. Money changed hands. Lupita paid for her fame. Okay? She paid for her fame. Someone organized it. Money exchanged hands for her to get the role that broke through, that she broke through, that made her a star. 12 years a slave, maybe, I don't know, but money exchanged hands, and that's how she got in. There were women she had to defend herself against. This is very fascinating. There were women she had to defend herself against. 1, 2, 3. They were stopping her success, and she had to block them. She used like a metaphysical scientist to get that job done. She did. Okay. I'm going to shake Harvey Weinstein. Then I'm going to look at their relationships, and I'm going to ask that question. Harvey. Oh, I've been told not to shake. Yeah, he's ill, this guy. Isn't it amazing that they'll catch a guy just when he's ill? Like, or does he get ill after they catch him? I'm very suspicious. Anyway, Harvey. This man is, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. He totally thinks he's gonna make a comeback. He totally believes that after he beats all these charges, he will make a comeback. He totally believes it. Yeah, he does. He totally believes it. He is physically breaking down, and it's because of his lifestyle. He's a bit of a lunatic. Oh my God. That just jumped out. Yes, he is. So, Liana said to me, you laugh off nervous energy. Yes, I do. Because some things that come out of my ancestors, they have me like, okay. He is a bit of a lunatic, you guys. A part of him never grew up. A part of him is that little boy who wants candy, and you say, no, you can't have candy. And he says, but I want candy. And you say, no, you can't. And he says, but I want it. And you say, no. And then you fight for that candy, and he still wants that candy. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is still that little boy inside. And he was playing it's being grown up. Okay? He's a genius, though. He is a genius. Literally, he's a genius. Like, if you were to meet him and you were a nobody, literally, he's a genius. He can make things happen. Even though, now this is a surprise, but even though he is where he is right now, he is still a mover and a shaker. He still has authority in that industry. He can still make or break a person. He hasn't lost any of his power in reality. To us, the people, we are being made to see as if he lost everything and he hasn't got any more power. But in reality, people, this guy still has his hand on the gavel. He is the judge, the jury, and the executioner still in that industry, because a lot of people owe him. He has their secrets. He knows things about them that could bring down the whole of Hollywood. Even the women who are going against him, he has things against them, including Rose McGowan. Yeah, he has things against them. He has. He is still a power player. How about that? How about that? We've been fooled. This guy is still a power player. Okay. That's why he really believes that after he's done with all these charges, he will go back, right? But he is ill. God has decided otherwise. He will have one ailment after the other, and he will continue to hold court in his bedroom. He'll continue to hold court in his bedroom and continue to tell people, when I get better, when I get better, when I get better, when I get better, right? Getting better is not coming for Harvey. It's not. He really brutalized his own body. Okay, so this is Harvey Weinstein, and then, ooh, okay, one shell fell, boom. Okay, one shell fell, boom, in his past, which shows that this guy, his life went to the dogs and everything he ever built fell. Okay, yeah, it fell right onto the other side. I can't even get it. I was trying to retrieve the shell. Can I even retrieve you? Yeah, because I like to hold the shells sometimes. Shells, because they tell a story sometimes. Not all the time. Come on. Okay, so this shell fell. Okay, and I had to drag it, and it has to do with his public persona. He lost face, he lost his career. He can now only be seen by other people who are powerful in secret. See, I told you. Shells do talk. When I can get to them, when I can't get to them, I can't. He can only be seen by other powerful people in secret. They can't see him no more. They can't see him no more in public, and they can't be with him in public. And when the shit went down, he was in a relationship with a black woman. I hope my microphone is still working, because I kind of messed with it when I went down there. Anyway, he was in a relationship with a black woman. Yes, very much in love. She wasn't in love with him. She wasn't in love with him, but he was in a relationship and he was in love with a black woman. Right here is where they are. Okay, then he had another woman right here. Now this guy, like I said, is a bit of a lunatic. He really can love more than one woman at the same time, okay? He can, because, yeah. So anyway, here is another relationship. This one was really good for him, but it wasn't his favorite. She was very, very beautiful, and he was so in love as well, but she wasn't his favorite. The black chick was his favorite. So in love. And then over here, he was having a threesome with two females who were in love with each other, and they were seeing him too. So these two females were gay, and they were in love with each other, and they were seeing him too. These were his relationships, not the rapes that we are hearing about. These were his actual relationships. Okay? They were his actual relationships. These three shells are telling me something. I ain't trying to hear it. So you're not going to believe this, but because I'm not believing it, but these shells are telling me that Harvey okay, this is a woman, a very important woman in Harvey's life, extremely important, extremely rich, right? And she's the one who turned against him, right? She turned against him, extremely rich, richer than Harvey. She is saying, like, I made you, I can break you. I don't know how the Harvey story started, okay? But right here is a woman who is claiming she did this to him, and his soul is acknowledging it. She was doing it for revenge. She outed him for revenge. She made it possible for whatever happened to him and for him to be in court to happen and for it to be in court. It could only take this one very angry, very, very wealthy female to have brought him down. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. She's taking responsibility for bringing him down. So Harvey had all these women and he was in all these happy relationships, but there was one particular female who wasn't having it. She was very upset with him, and she was richer and more powerful than him in their industry, and she made it possible. Okay, so now let me take Lupita and Harvey out of the place. Lupita and Harvey, your relationship. Lupita and Harvey, your relationship. Lupita and Harvey, your relationship. Someone offered to pay for part of the production of 12 Years a Slave if they use Lupita. It was a man. A Caucasian man, of course. And this is their relationship. Okay. This is Lupita because she's going places, gonna be doing things. This is Harvey because he's not going places and his life is going backwards, and he also has the most. Harvey, as you can see, has the most. Lupita, when compared to Harvey, has only got 3 shells. The shells are saying, and this right here, Courts of the Bantu, it was Lupita who approached Harvey. Harvey Weinstein at the time was in a relationship with some female that Lupita knew. So they set it up. This female and Lupita set it up so that she could meet Harvey and they could talk. She did this after not being able to break into Hollywood, after not even getting a single role to play that was worthy. She was getting some, but none of them were worthy. After being completely broke, it was another female who'd been with Harvey who suggested it to Lupita, and it was Lupita who reached out to Harvey Weinstein, not the other way around. Okay, that's what we're getting here. Lupita, as we sit here today, still likes Harvey. She's feeling some type of way about what he's going through. She doesn't think it's fair. If there is a team Harvey Weinstein and a team whoever the other women are, Lupita is not on their side. She's not on their side. So I'm going to ask the question, because Harvey doesn't look like he was sexually attracted to Lupita in that thread. He doesn't look it. Okay. Lupita said a story. Okay, Lupita said a story where she said Harvey hit on her in front of his kids or something like that, or when his kids were in the house, and she said no. So I'm just going to ask Harvey. I'll ask Harvey first. Did you and Lupita have sex? Did you and Lupita have sex? Did you and Lupita have sex? 1, 2, 3. No. That's Harvey. Lupita, did you and Harvey have sex? Did you and Harvey have sex? Did you and Harvey have sex? 1, 2, 3. No. Are you two friends? Lupita. It's like Lupita knows, I I'm just going to say it the way her soul is saying it. Harvey is not guilty of all that he's being accused of. That's exactly what she just said. All that he's being accused of, most of it is not true. He's a really nice guy. He's a weirdo, but he's a nice guy. This is Lupita speaking. Now I've forgotten my question because Lupita was speaking. She says there's nothing to this story. I liked him as a person, but he couldn't help me. No matter what, he looks down on black people and black women. Most of them in Hollywood do. And he couldn't help me. But was he mean and evil like some of them? No. At least he doesn't do little kids. For Hollywood, he's pretty decent. He's pretty decent. But you know, if you mess up with the wrong person, you get what's coming to you. Like Will and Jada Smith, they got their turn. If you just, step onto the wrong toes, you get what's coming to you. It's a very fragile existence. I had to say something about Harvey to protect myself because I didn't want to step on any toes. So I had to protect myself, but I didn't really want to because he never did anything to me. He didn't help me. Seeing him was a waste of my time, but he didn't do anything to me one way or the other either. He didn't help and he didn't harm. He was just Harvey, crazy weirdo, who really does harbor a lot of prejudice, and I felt very foolish after meeting him because I said to myself, why did I even bother? Why did I bother? Right? There's a certain type that doesn't change their prejudice, no matter how you are, no matter how gifted you are. Why did I bother? He didn't see past my skin color. I just laughed it off. But I had to make a statement to please those who can harm me because they harmed him. When everybody is against someone, it's just better to go against them as well. That's what I did here. There's no story. So, okay. So, who paid? Let me ask Lupita. So, Lupita, who paid for you to get 12 years a slave? Who paid for you to get the role of 12 years a slave? No, stop. Who paid for you to get the role of 12 years a slave? Because I want to ask if Brad Pitt. I'm glad I asked this question. Well, to begin with, there's definitely a pregnancy coming for Lupita. She's definitely gonna get pregnant. Okay? Let me just say that again, right here. She's definitely gonna get pregnant. And she will be in a relationship with the daddy, but there's no love from him to her. There is love from her to him, but there's no love from him to her. Anyway, that relationship is doomed. But anyhow, let me get to the question of who paid. The same guy that she is going to get pregnant by, whether she has the child or not, we don't know. We did see a child, but we don't know. But the same man who she is going to get pregnant by is the one who paid. This would be if they do it, their second pregnancy together. Does that make sense? This would be if they decide to keep it their second pregnancy together. He's black, like I said. And he has been in her life for a very long time, and he's very, very wealthy. And he knew Brad. And he invested with a condition. Right? So she was in a relationship, and it paid off like a good female would, it paid off. She was in a relationship, and he has... Okay. So this is basically it. I wanted to ask, okay, did Brad Pitt choose you for the role of 12 Years a Slave? Did Brad Pitt choose you for the role of 12 Years a Slave? I'm even getting bored with Lupita right now. She said yes. Him, but it wasn't just an individual decision. It was them all. But she says it has to do with the money. The money. Basically, you're not getting a role unless someone is investing in the movie for you, or you're doing it yourself. Okay, I didn't know that about Hollywood. So let's ask if Harvey Weinstein... Courts are not really my thing. There are witch doctors who do nothing but courts and court systems because their ancestors were probably criminals. Oh my God. Yeah, there are witch doctors that do court cases and stuff like that. So, but they're not my thing because that's not my ancestors' mandate. But here we go. Harvey Weinstein, are you going to get off? I'm shaking and Lupita is talking. So I'm going to go with Lupita. She is saying he was framed. He was framed. Most of those things are lies. Like her soul is overpowering Harvey Weinstein's. It's overpowering Harvey's soul. And that's good because Harvey is sick. Harvey's soul is pretty weak right now, and that's good. But Lupita thinks it's unfair. Lupita has very strong personal feelings about this. She says he didn't do anything that he didn't do anything that other people don't do in Hollywood. This is not fair. In fact, he did less than what others do. This is not fair. This is not right. So I'm going to ask Lupita because her soul is strong. So is Harvey going to be in prison for this? Is Harvey... And she says trumped up charges. Shaking my damn head. Okay, Lupita has a temper. Lupita keeps her temper in check using her culture. But she has a temper. She gets easily angry. You know what I'm saying? She gets angry very easily because now she is angry. Okay. So I'm gonna take her out of the plates. Bye, Lupita. Bye, Lupita. Bye-bye. Bye. And then I'm gonna shake Harvey again. Harvey. So. Okay. So Harvey. Are you going to get off? He says no. Are you going to get off? No. Okay. Now let me just throw it out there. Let's see if it will be given a yes or no answer again. So he is saying, had he stopped this situation a long time ago, yes, he would have got off. Had he done something, had he been proactive in protecting himself, then it's a yes, he would have got off. But now it's a no. But his soul doesn't really feel he's gonna get anything that's going to affect him in any way. Basically, that's what he's saying. Like, it's not going to take away his life or affect him in any way. And he says, I'm rich. The law is made for poor people. I'm rich. So maybe he'll get less time than he thinks he is. I'm not going to give it time because court systems are not my thing. Because there's always a surprise, and witch doctors with ancestors who do courts and their systems, they can pinpoint every element that will make a person go to prison or not go to prison. Even a hairpin that a courtroom attendant drops on the floor has an effect on the metaphysical that affects the court case. So we have lots of witch doctors who deal with that. My ancestors are about relationships and success and and that sort of thing. My ancestors are relationship experts. They're about success. They're about careers. They're about that side of things. They're not about diseases, and they are not about court cases. Right. And that's it. This wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be. I wanted to see some bodies smashing against each other. I wanted to see lots of sex. I wanted to hear lots of drama. I've just been left with ugh. And yes, Lupita, I was jealous and envious. That's the only reason why I didn't like you. Because clearly I didn't see anything that makes me not like you. So it's got to be jealousy and envy, and I cop up to it. Okay, and I'm done. I am not going to do number 3. No, I'm not going to do number 3 because that's why people vote. Okay, that's why people vote. Oh, it's so my grandmother says to me, and I think I should share it because I just copped up to jealousy and envy, and she just said, or it's something that we can't see yet because she has a lot of metaphysical scientists working with her, and they cover things up nicely, and we will be able to pull that shit after the reading. Then you will know why your soul doesn't like her. But for now, we're going to stick with jealousy and envy. And now we're not doing What's Up with Tracy Ellis Ross, like I said. That's why people vote. And I will see some of you in Louisville on Friday and Saturday. And remember, we're having dinner Friday night, not Saturday night. Friday night, we're having dinner. Saturday night, I'll have dinner with those who want to. But Friday night, we actually got a place. I thought we'd bond. I thought I'd throw out a few predictions for you guys at the table. And I thought I might, walk into a restaurant and meet a guy. And I will be putting up the vote and the suggestions probably tomorrow or sometime during this week. I'll be putting up suggestions and votes. And remember, do not spoil your vote. Okay. Okay. Bye.